welcome everybody. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Holly Bardetz, and I am a researcher at the university, and I do brain research. And because of what I know, how much we can do to affect our brain health, I've also started this online community to do an outreach to teach people about what I'm learning in the lab. So one thing I've learned is that meditation is very good for the brain, and breath work is new to me, but from what I'm learning, it's very good for the brain as well. And Sacha comes highly recommended from some of you who are here today. And he's been around the city in different venues. So we're very honored to have him leading this for us. And this is the first, this one is free. And then the next four you have to pay for to join us. So we're just been doing an experiment, see how many come on now and how many come on next week. So we hope to see you back next week. And I think that's about it for me. And that's who my community is. And then Sacha has his community here. So there's a number of you who I don't know. So you're welcome to join my community, and my community is more than welcome and encouraged to join Sacha's community. So we're all usually round from Regina or Regina, Saskatchewan based. We're all interested in wellness and we work together very well. So that's what this is about. And with that, Sacha, I'll give it over to you.
Sweet. Thanks, Ollie. Yeah, welcome everyone. I'm really excited to get to run some more stuff with your community, Holly, and with my people, and yeah, just connect everyone together and to do it online. Um, I haven't done a lot of online offerings, and it's somewhere that I've really been looking forward to expanding to. So thank you guys for choosing to join and connect, and I hope you enjoy this. If I haven't met you before, my name is Sacha. And yeah, I'm a local wellness entrepreneur. I have a business called Wolfson Wellness, and I am a coach. I teach breath work and teach yoga, among many other things. And it's really been a passion of mine for the last 10 years of my life. It's made some substantial change. There was a lot of years of my life that I struggled with depression, with anxiety, with addiction. And a lot of times I just didn't feel like there was a way out. And through these practices, I've been able to change my life and manage just the circumstances of life better on a day-to-day basis. And I really don't feel like there's a magic pill with any of this stuff. It's just making little changes over and over and over again, and they start to add up over time. And so through the 5 weeks, my plan is to help you guys practice some mindfulness, some different ways to breathe, some different ways of being, and to really start to cultivate these little tools. And throughout this time, you are going to learn lots of different tools. And I really encourage you to take what works for you and kind of throw the rest away. And like really, I don't I'll try to make it so that nobody's getting overwhelmed with all the things that I do. We'll keep it fairly basic. But just really it's about creating practices that work for you and you can start to find impacting your life. And they can be really powerful. And like Holly said, the research shows that your brain will change when you meditate regularly. And the same thing happens with our breath. It's a really, really powerful tool to create new patterns to help regulate your nervous system. I'll get into that a little bit deeper in a bit, but for now, let's just drop in. I really like to ground into the space and create some separation from the outside world and from this little container that we have for the next 45 minutes. So um, I'll invite you to get comfortable wherever you are. And if it feels okay, closing your eyes. If your eyes are open, I'll just invite you to keep a soft gaze, maybe looking slightly downwards, letting your eyelids be heavy. And simply starting to arrive, to presence. Right here on your seat, disconnecting from the outside world, any noise, any distraction, and to be right here, your inner world, presence, deeper connection. And with a curiosity, a kindness, simply bringing your awareness to any thoughts as they come and go. Arise and pass. And imagining those thoughts like clouds in the sky. Their very nature impermanent. Just little beautiful moments in time. And seeing if you can simply witness without any judgment of good or bad, light or dark, allowing this to simply be your experience of life happening. And shifting that attention down out of your head into your physical body. And see what you're experiencing there. The support of the seat beneath you. Maybe contact the hips, the back. Noticing any sensations in the body as they arise, persist, and pass. And then simply shifting that attention from your physical body to the experience of your body breathing in and breathing out, expanding and letting go. Noticing all the little movements, the sensations and subtleties that have to happen for you to breathe. And for this next few moments, I'll leave you with your breath, simply following that experience of your body, breathing in and out. And slowly starting to invite awareness back. As you do, just noticing any shift, any change, a new calm, maybe relaxation in the body, softness of breath. And as you're ready, you can just start moving a little bit your fingers, your toes. Wrists and ankles. Maybe drifting your chin side to side. And when you're ready, you can gently open your eyes, arriving back, a little bit of space, a little bit of a shift from that outer world. Welcome back, guys. Just a quick show of hands. Has anyone not meditated before? Couple? Cool. You guys can put your hands down. You now are officially a meditator. That is it. These practices don't have to be hard. It's really just a presence awareness. And I've worked with a lot of people, and in our head, we tend to make it tougher than it needs to be a lot of times. And I know for myself, I do that with lots of things in life. But with this, I think I need to sit with my hands like this in lotus position for 45 minutes to be a good meditator, and everything will be perfect, and I won't have any thoughts. When I left you guys in silence at the end, just a show of hands, how many of you guys had thoughts? Look at that, pretty much everyone. And so with meditation, with mindfulness, it's not the lack of thoughts. Holly can tell you as well as I can, your brain's going to think. That if it stops, something else is going on. You want those thoughts coming through. The practices that we're learning here is to just to manage it a little bit differently and to have a different outlook of what thoughts are coming in, what's going out, and simply just being present with what's there. And the difference between meditation and mindfulness, and so we're going to dive into mindfulness in this 5-week course. And the difference between meditation is something that you do. So you can sit down, you can do a meditation practice, and it's an intentional thing you do. Mindfulness is something that you live. So you can start to bring mindfulness into all the aspects of your life. And like I said, it's just these little habits, these little changes that can help you to encourage lasting change in your life. And these little new things that we can add. The definition for mindfulness that I love using is from John Kabat-Zinn, who runs the Center for Mindfulness in Medicine. And it's the awareness that arises through paying attention on purpose in the present moment, non-judgmentally. And the first part is we're intentionally sending our awareness somewhere. So when we went through that first little thing, I first guided you to your thoughts, then to your body, then to your breath. And these are just called anchor points of where we can guide our attention to. And it tends to have this grounding factor because if I'm paying attention to something that happens right now, I can't be too worried about the future or the past. So it brings us back to presence. Um, and So the second part, and this is the really, really important part, is non-judgmentally. So when you're having those thoughts, and I guarantee you will as we go through these practices, I gave you guys 1 minute of silence there. That might have felt like an eternity. It might have just gone by in the blink of an eye. You're going to have thoughts, and this really is a practice of surrender and just understanding, okay, there's a thought. Oh, there's another one. And just being there with it. And all of these things, like I said, are in the present moment. So it's just a practice of coming back, like coming home again. We'll also be learning a little bit of functional breathing, and I I don't want to go too deep into it. We've got this course will go pretty quick. And so I'll give you some tools that you can use in everyday life, and then also some tools that you can use when you're feeling stressed or anxious in the moment to kind of reset your nervous system. And what I love about the breath is it's part of our autonomic nervous system, which is heart rate, blood pressure, things that tend to just kind of be what they are that we can't influence. And the breath, if you forget to breathe, you're just going to keep breathing. It's like your brain is going to keep thinking. But we can also take control of our breath. And as soon as we take control of our breath, we can actually influence our heart rate, influence our blood pressure, influence the arousal of our nervous system. So we can, if we're really feeling stimulated or really tired, you can create energy for yourself. You can create relaxation just by breathing a little bit differently. So I'll invite you guys to, again, just get comfortable in your seats and we'll just practice a little bit of gentle breath work going through. So again, if it feels okay, closing your eyes or just finding that soft gaze. And then I'm going to ask you to place one hand over your heart or just on your collarbone, and then the other hand on your belly. Resting there and allowing yourself to be soft, to be relaxed, and just for a few moments, allowing yourself to experience your body breathing once again. I'm going to guide you through with some cues here. And all we're doing is observing. So, doing your best not to change anything, just seeing what's happening in your body. And as you notice your breath, simply becoming aware if it's fast or slow, deep or shallow. And then noticing where you're experiencing movement in your body. Is the top hand or the bottom hand moving more? Maybe a little bit of both. Again, for now, just awareness without interpretation. Noticing if you're breathing through the nose, the mouth, or maybe both. Notice how the breath actually feels. If you feel like you're getting a satisfying breath, maybe there's a little bit of air hunger where you feel like you can't quite get a good breath in. Again, just an awareness without judgment. Next few moments, simply becoming aware of anything else that you experience as you follow your breath. And slowly just bringing awareness back into the room, into the space around you. And Shania, I'll have you put people into breakout rooms of 2 people if you can. And I'm just going to give you guys about 90 seconds each. So it'll be about 3 minutes total to just share what you experienced when I guided you through and you were just paying attention to your breath. Maybe there wasn't anything that you noticed that was different, or maybe there was some insight that you got there. Then when we come back, I'll kind of explain what we were doing.
2 people in each breakout room?
Yeah, exactly. Or, potentially if we have to have one of 3, that's okay too.
Okay.
And I like to put people in breakout rooms because it's just encouragement for you guys to be engaged, to share with someone. And when you share your experience, it helps you internalize it better. So we'll be doing this lots over the 5 weeks. And then you get to connect in community. We'll see you guys in a little bit. Welcome back. Yeah, and if anybody, I'm curious if anybody has anything they wanted to share with the whole group or any questions or anything that came up in there, feel free to raise your hand or unmute. And yeah, I always encourage sharing and a little more connection.
I will start. For me, I'm used to meditating, not used to the breath work. And when we had our hand on the one on the chest and one on our stomach, my chest one was moving, my stomach one was not. So I think I'm a piece of work for you, Sacha.
No judging, Holly.
Yeah, exactly. Lots of
Thank
We
you.
opportunity.
comment, sorry, this is
Thank you.
Marge. We commented, quite a few of us commented about focusing on breathing through the nose because we had been at your last session, Sasha. And that's, I don't know, very helpful for me personally anyway. It's very calming. And I know one person talked also about the cloud, the analogy of the cloud and having the thoughts kind of disappear like a cloud. That was very helpful.
Awesome. Glad you're ruining the surprise though, but thank you. But thank you for sharing that. I love that I love that it's made a difference, and like it's such a little thing to just practice breathing through your nose. So and we'll go right into that, but one of the most impactful ways that you can really just change how your body's interacting and how the nervous system's working is just practicing breathing only through your nose 99.9% of the time as much as you possibly can. And it's such a powerful thing to just make that little change. And when I say that, I mean even when you're exercising, if you can. If you're going for a walk, if you're a runner or you do anything that's high intensity exercise wise, you're likely going to have to scale back a little bit to start. Your body will adapt over time. And again, like I said, I'm not going to go too deep into the science. If you were on the last one, I nerded out a little bit on the science part of that. But I want to give us lots of tools and make the best use of our time here. So the biggest thing is when you're breathing through your nose in and out, it's as efficiently as possible using the oxygen that's going in and out. So on the inhale, it's humidifying the air, it's warming it up, it's preparing it for your lungs so there's less irritation. It actually releases nitric oxide as well, which helps to relax all the blood vessels, expand the airways, and at just a foundational level really helps your body accept oxygen more efficiently on the inhale. On the exhale, it actually retains a little bit more moisture, so you're losing less moisture through respiration when you're breathing out through the nose. And it also, if you breathe through your nose, it's just such a smaller area than if you breathe through your mouth. You literally cannot breathe as much through your nose just because it's smaller. There's also going to be about 50% more resistance on the inhale. So it's actually your body's doing more work to breathe in when you're breathing through your nose. And that's helping to strengthen your diaphragm over time. And the diaphragm is your primary breathing muscle. So it's in that lower abdomen area, connected to the ribs, and helps to inflate and deflate your lungs. And the stronger it is, the more efficiently you're going to be able to breathe. And so we're going to go right into just some little bit deeper, calmer breathing, practicing breathing with the diaphragm, and then from there we'll go right into a meditation. So again, getting just settled however you'd like, and we're just going to start by, again, practicing some little bit deeper breathing. I'm going to guide you through a few intentional things. And after telling you to breathe only through your nose, I am going to get you to start in through the nose, out through the mouth. But this is for a reason, for you to just feel that deeper breath a bit better. So getting settled into your chair. And again, option to close your eyes. And I do find closing my eyes just helps me go inward and connect with the sensations and be more present. And I'll get you to place both hands on your belly this time, softening your shoulders, relaxing your body. And from here, we'll start to intentionally breathe a little bit deeper. I'll guide you through in a moment, and I'll guide you through inhaling. And as you inhale through the nose, I'll have you gently press your belly into your hands. And then as you exhale, pursing your lips and blowing out your mouth like you're blowing out birthday candles, and gently press it, pulling the belly in towards the spine. Now, as you're breathing here, imagine that you're only breathing about 30% of the lungs, so the first third. So inhale, just the belly moves, pressing the belly into the hands, and then blowing out the mouth, pulling the belly button in. And as you're breathing like that, just really focus on relaxing the shoulders, the collarbone. Inhale, pressing the belly out, allowing it to get big. We're going to over exaggerate this movement. And exhale, blowing out the mouth with pursed lips. Taking a few breaths like that, just practicing that deeper diaphragmatic breath. Noticing how it feels to breathe a little bit deeper, a little more intentionally. And now I'll invite you to bring your hands up just to the very bottoms of the rib cages, so the hands can kind of just rest on your sides. And we'll start to breathe about 2/3 of the lungs now. So on your inhale, gently pressing your belly out first. Then a little more air just till the ribs start to move out laterally, so expanding sideways. And then as you exhale, just letting it go out the nose now, letting the ribs soften, and then the belly soften. So breathing in and out through the nose, in, pressing the belly out, expanding the ribs. And on the exhale, softening the ribs, softening the belly. Inhale, belly, ribs. Imagine you could breathe 2/3 of the lungs full, and then exhale, ribs and belly. And just finding a few breaths like that, softly, slowly. And now just leaving one hand on the belly, one hand on the heart or collarbone. And we'll start to connect with the full yogic breath. So as you breathe in, gently letting the belly expand, then the ribs, and then all the way to the heart. And out through the nose, softening that collarbone first, then the ribs, and then the belly. And imagine that breath like a wave in through the nose, a little bit filling the belly, ribs, and heart. And exhale out the nose from heart to ribs to belly. Keep breathing just like that, in and out through your nose, softly and slowly. And as you continue to breathe like that, see if you can slow your breath down even more. Soft, gentle inhales, long, slow exhales. Allowing your breath to get slower and softer. Maybe it gets so light, it makes no sound at all. As the breath gets light and soft, you'll notice that your mind, your body always follow the call of that breath. Option to keep the hands where they are, to relax them onto your lap or maybe onto the thighs. But keep breathing like that. Breathing gently through the nose, filling a little the belly, the ribs, the heart. A soft exhale out the nose from heart to ribs to your belly. The softness, you keep breathing like that intentionally, slowly. Maybe a little mini smile on your face, smiling inwards some gratitude. Choosing to cultivate joy in this moment and the next and the next. Now shifting the awareness from your breath into your physical body. And down into your right hand. Simply becoming aware of the right hand, the fingers, the thumb, the palm, and the back of the hand. And any sensations there as they arise, persist, and pass. And shifting that attention up to notice your whole right arm, the forearm, front, sides, back, the upper arm, and the shoulder. Awareness of the whole right arm and any sensations there. And shifting that awareness from right arm to your torso. And the torso, noticing any movement in the ribs or the abdomen. Sensation, if there's pressure, tension, openness, or ease. Just awareness of the abdomen, the torso. And shifting that attention to the left hand. Noticing the shape of the hand, the joints, if there's moisture or dryness, if the hand feels warm or cool. If you notice the mind wandering, just simply keep coming back to the left hand. Awareness now of the left arm, the forearm, elbow, and the upper arm, biceps and triceps, and sensations in your whole left arm as they come and go. And then shifting that awareness now to simply experience your whole body and all the sensations there as they arise, persist, and pass away. You may notice the qualities of the sensation, it's throbbing or pulsing, openness or tension. And slowly starting to bring your attention back to breathing, to thoughts, to the experience of being in your body. Starting to invite little movements to fingers and toes, some gentle life back, feeling grounded, refreshed, and connected with being. You guys can open your eyes when you're ready, just coming back into the space to awareness. So we're pretty close to time, but I'll give you guys, if anybody has anything they'd like to share, any questions, and then I'll kind of just set you up for those of you that are joining for the next 4 weeks. I would love to see you, and I'll talk a little bit about what that looks like. And then I also have a fun homework assignment that we'll send out to you guys. That's just a mindfulness practice. Yeah, feel free to either unmute or raise your hand, and if anybody has questions or wants to share. if y'all are just ready for nap time. Thanks, Quinn. Awesome. So yeah, I'll just go through. So I would encourage you through the week, just a couple points. And so one would just be to focus on breathing through your nose, in and out through your nose as much as you can. And just keep coming back to your awareness of your breath in moments when you feel stress or anxiety. Just even becoming aware of your breath can be powerful to bring you back into the moment if you're thinking about future or past. That awareness, sometimes it helps even just to place your hands on your belly and practice that little bit deeper breathing to slow down for a moment. Give yourself a reset. And then if you can, practicing 2 or more minutes of that breathing that we did, just practicing using your full lungs, but breathing softly and slowly. So that 3-part breathing that we did. And if you can do it 2 minutes a couple times a day, amazing. If you can do it 30 minutes, amazing. It's what the most important is how much, like, what are you actually going to do? If you can commit, I'm going to do 2 minutes every day, then do 2 minutes every day. If you've got 30 minutes that you can do every day, amazing. So just that. And then Shania, I don't know, I'm going to request to share a screen. I don't know if I have that already.
Yeah, you can do it.
Okay, sounds good. And so then the last thing is I'm going to share this little 9 dots puzzle. Can everybody see that? Sounds good. So we'll have Shania send that out. And so the idea is to connect all 9 dots below with 4 straight lines without lifting your pen or pencil off of the page or retracing a line. Each line starts the place where the last line ends. And the mindfulness aspect is just really being aware of what's going on in your mind as you're trying to do this. And I'm curious to see how you guys do next week. So we'll do a check-in and kind of start next week. And yeah, if I don't see you guys again, thank you so much for joining. And I hope you took some tools away. And we'll get to go deeper over the next 4 weeks to give you guys more tools and more ways to be mindful. And then Shania, I'll send a link for a little body scan that you guys can do. That's an extended version of what we just did. So that I really recommend. The body scan is just a nice one to check in. A lot of people in mindfulness call it like the brushing your teeth of mindfulness. It's just a checking in with your body, with what's going on, and a really deep awareness. So yeah, thank you
Thanks.
guys so much.
Before everyone gets off, I just want to make sure that Shania, how does it work if they want to join us for the next 4? Do you send something out again? Yeah. Okay. So she'll.
Yes, on the email that you will receive after this event, normally you get the recording of the event. You will also get the information of the full program, the link to register, and the 9 dots exercise that Sasha just talked about.
Okay. Thank you. And Sacha, that was wonderful. Thank you. And
Yeah,
I
my
know that
pleasure.
it helped with heart rate variability. We had someone named Seema Goyal on here, who's a family physician, and she talked about breath work really changing that in a positive way. And it
Yeah,
also can control your blood pressure. I know someone's on here whose father was saying, look, I control my blood pressure by breathing. And someone in my little
yeah,
group said when they go to the doctor, I'm like that, like this other person who you get there and you get nervous because your blood pressure and it goes high. And she said, no, she just uses it to bring it back down. So there's something to this, and it's very cool. And Sacha, our community loves you. So thank you. Thank you for being
thank you.
here. Thank you. And
Yeah,
thanks for
always grateful to serve and to share this stuff. So thank you guys.
that comes through. Okay. Thanks, everyone. Hope to see you next week.
Have a good weekend, everyone.